Welcome to the SWAT. Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope you're all having a good one. Hope you all had a nice Thursday night. Good news, bad news. The good news is my favorite bet of Thursday night hit. It was, yeah, I'm adding you right now, Chris. Well, let me get Ski and Chris in here. So, yeah, the good news is my favorite bet hit last night, Boston team total over. The bad news is the NFL game looked pretty much the opposite.
Hear me go.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Might log out.
Yeah, just come out and come back in. The bad news is the NFL game last night looked basically the opposite of what I was expecting. I thought we were going to see a high-scoring game. I liked the 49ers as well. I think my score prediction was 27-24, San Francisco, and we basically saw the exact opposite of that. There wasn't a single touch. Ski, did you see the thing on Twitter where FanDuel accidentally put the touchdown score? Did you see that, what I'm talking about?
I did not. So,
apparently FanDuel messed up and accidentally had a market open where you could bet 2 touchdown scores like Cooper Kupp or Deebo Samuel for plus 350. It was supposed to be but they messed up and put or. So everyone went and smashed them, right? Like it was open for, and everyone's crushed them. So obviously there was no touchdown scored in the game. People are demanding refunds saying that FanDuel did it on purpose. They knew what was going to happen and it was all set up. But dude, you lost your bet.
That's hilarious.
You saw it, Chris?
These refunds getting out of hand.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be Cooper Kupp and Deebo Samuel, not or. So that They messed up and everyone went and smashed them, and then no touchdowns were scored in the game.
So I saw somebody hit a slip or hit a ticket for no touchdowns, and it was a pretty good pay.
Yeah, I forget what the payout was on it, but I saw that too. People were sharing them. But yeah, so that game looked nothing. So even though my favorite bet hit last night, I still lost money because I had 3 little bets spread out across the NFL game, and they all weren't even close. So, yeah, let's move on to Friday. I do have 2 bets open for tonight, and the first one is in this game right here, Indiana on the road in Philadelphia. I got into the Sixers at 6. I think it opened at 5.5. I mean, I don't want to say you got a 5.5, Chris?
No. It opened at 5 though.
5? Okay, so I
capped it as soon as we finished yesterday, Kyle. Like as soon as we finished your show yesterday, I capped it. I went to go work out afterwards. I was like, I like the 5. I got it written in my notes. Didn't take it. Didn't start moving.
Yeah, I got a 6. So I don't want to say it's a blind fade of the Indiana Pacers, but like it might be, guys. I mean, they look absolutely terrible. This Pacers team. What are they? 1-10 against the number in their last 11 games. And I don't even think the Pacers know what their identity is as a team anymore. I mean, we know what the Pacers were about last year. Getting out in transition, attacking the rim. I mean, the last 5 games, they're not even attacking the rim much anymore. They're settling for a lot of mid-range shots. Which plays into the strength of the Sixers defense. The weakness of the Sixers defense has been protecting the basket. So on paper, it should be a decent matchup for Indiana. But like I said, they're not even attacking the basket like that anymore. And with Embiid playing, that should only help the Sixers down low. So Philadelphia trending in the right direction. I believe they're 5-0 against the spread in their last 5. We got 2 teams just completely heading in opposite directions. Philadelphia seems to be getting their shit together. Indiana looks like an absolute train wreck. So at 6, I thought it was a good bet. I mean, I'd probably play the Sixers anything 9.5 or below. I think the Sixers should win comfortably, if I'm being honest. So yeah, I'm on Philly.
I'm over here. Numbers are changing. I'm making bets, but this is not the game I'm making a bet on. I do feel conflicted about a couple different things. Number one, I think about Miles Turner's 3-pointers, and he definitely could keep Embiid drumming out the paint or do his best to and space the floor and hit his 3-point prop easily, but he could also be in foul trouble versus Embiid. So I don't really know if I should be playing that one. I agree that the Pacers have not played up to expectations. They've looked especially bad on the road. Sixers, with all their main guys healthy right now and on the court, at home, it absolutely feels like a Sixers spot. So if I had to put my money down on the side, I'll be with you and go with the Sixers.
You did not. You said if I had to. That means you do not have a bet open on this game.
I like to let the people know when I actually,
Yeah, I do the same shit. So, Chris, I see a weird ass graphic in here. I'm guessing that's yours. Halliburton under assists. Is that belong to you?
Yeah, that belongs to me. And just like Ski said, I haven't bet this yet, but it is on my short list for player props today. Hallie's been a train wreck specifically on the road, just like the Pacers have, like throughout the whole season. When I look back at his assist prop, he hasn't gone up and over the number, but once in the last 7 games, and that happened against Milwaukee. So he's under this number in 8 games. You talk about Philly, Cal, and you talk about it being a blind fade of the Pacers. This prop actually lends into that, right? Because the Pacers like attacking the mid-range. They're not shooting a 3-point shot well. Philly's actually been the best defense in the mid-range. Last 5 games, they actually allowed the worst field goal percentage against that shot specifically. So I do think that Halliburton is going to find it hard to get those assists. When Rick Carlisle was asked about them being like undersized right now, he said our aggression and our physicality has to come with pace. We have to continue to play fast. So I do think they're going to try to play fast, but I don't think Philly's going for it. The last time we saw Philly play, they played against Chicago, and they held Chicago to like 105 or 106 points. This Philadelphia's defense is like top 5 right now. So if they can somehow stop the Pacers from getting out in transition, because that was the one discrepancy. If they can stop that, then I think it goes under. And I will be with you, Kyle. I'll be laying the points here until Indy shows some kind of sign of life. I just don't think it's a good matchup for Philly either. And now that they're healthy, they probably got to start stacking some wins. I think they can win this game by multiple possessions as well.
Agreed. Yeah, and that's another thing. You mentioned the Sixers defense. In the last 10 games, they're in the top 10 in defensive rating. In the last 5 games, they're second in overall defensive rating. Meanwhile, the Pacers are having all these problems. They're 30th in strength of schedule. They've literally played the easiest schedule in the NBA. In the last 10 games, they're 30th in strength of schedule, and they're literally 1-10 or 1-11 against the spread in their last 12. So they're not winning games. They're not covering against the easiest schedule in the league. This Pacers team might be trash, or at least right now, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, they'll get Ben Shepherd back. They'll get Neesmith back. They'll look a little bit better lately, but right now it's like, who catching that fall tonight?
Yeah, I'm good on that. Next up, Washington, Cleveland. This number's at 17. Good Lord.
And it's still not big enough, right, Ski?
Well, I'm not putting my money on it, but they just played and lost by 28, right, when they played this team. So they clearly can win by that margin. And the Cavs strike me as a team that cares about covering. But to go and put my money down, 17, football score, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, this is like Ohio State against Liberty here. Jacksonville State in Columbus. Yeah, I didn't even look at the game. I said, when I looked at it, I believe it was 16.5. I said, ha ha. I just went right to the next one. So I got nothing. Chris, you have anything you want to say here?
Just that, for people who do want to bet it, I did place a bet too. I forgot about this. This is actually the only bet that I placed so far today, because I played it so early this morning. Donovan Mitchell, I played his assist prop over 4.5. I heard him say something maybe 4 or 5 games ago, and he was saying that I'll paraphrase, but pretty much what he was saying is when we're playing against these poor teams, we're gonna experiment, we're gonna try different things. And what I've seen him do is go out there, get a bunch of assists, and not really look to score the basketball that much. Of course, he'll score if he needs to, but when I went back through it and I was looking at it this morning, just to kind of put some numbers to that, he's going up and over his assist prop in how many games was it? I want to say 4 in a row that he's actually hit this number. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. So the Wizards allowed the 6th most assists on the full season. They actually tied with the Lakers over the last 5 games, allowing the most assists. And Donovan Mitchell's had 5 assists in 4 straight games, 6 of his last 7. So yeah, they've played twice already this season. He had a 5 assist game and a 7 assist game in both of those matchups. Dating back to last season, he's actually hit his assist prop in 4 straight 4 straight games against the Wizards. So potential assists are up over the last 5 games. I did bet Spider up and over his 4.5 assists here. And I will say this, it's like if some real capping of the game, you gotta wait for Evan Mobley. When I was going through the numbers, the Cleveland Cavaliers are only outscoring their opponents by about 3.5 points per 100 possessions with him off the floor. Versus with him on the floor, they're like a plus 14.5. So he means a lot. And I would be probably looking towards some Jared Allen if he didn't play. But he is like truly questionable. And in this game against a team that you've already smacked up a couple times, he probably not going to play.
I got a couple people in the chat saying Wizards money line. Although Chris goes, I'm taking Donovan Mitchell over assists. Why? In an interview, he goes, I'm looking to experiment tonight.
Oh, yeah. He's looking to experiment. Like, he's going to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, like not score the ball.
All right, so he's looking to experiment. Chris spent over 4.5 experiments tonight. Let's go. Let's go on to the next one. Hornets, Bulls. A lot of injury question marks in this one. Oh, wait. No, wait. That's the other game. My bad. No LaMelo.
We might have just got some news. Actually, I'll check it. I'm sorry.
This is not the second game I have a bet in. I have a bet in. We're in 2 more games from now. That's where we'll get to my second bet. This one, let me open it up. Did I have any notes for this one? I looked at it, but I can't remember what my consensus was. I know I didn't bet it. Injury updates are, we got no LaMelo Ball, no Trey Mann, no Grant Williams. Oh, that's why. Okay, so on the Bulls side, you got Vooch, Giddey, and Patrick Williams all questionable. So looks like Lonzo Ball is listed as probable, though. We were talking about that yesterday. So, yeah, a lot of question marks on the Chicago side. That's why I skipped this game. Did you guys take a look, though?
I did. First thing that pops out is absolutely not in my lanes. Whatever 6.5 amount of points with the Bulls, and they play no defense. You guys already know I don't do that. But when I look at the total, I have to think that is. I mean, the way that the Hornets been lately, I feel like it's higher for them, especially without LaMelo Ball. But they can get Miles Bridges in there, and just against the Bulls, like the Bulls do a couple things consistently. They play fast every single game. And no defense. They can pace up anybody. Like 6 of their last 8 games have cleared this number. A lot of their games have been making it to the 250 range. I think that the Hornets will be able to score. The Hornets have also been, the 3rd or 4th worst defensive team in the last 5 games. This one, we're going up and over. It continues to move. When I bet it, when I told you guys I was making a bet a couple breakdowns ago, it was 233.5. I still see a 233.5 at one shot, but it's as high as 235. I think it's going to make 240.
I made these graphics an hour ago, and it was 232. It's moved that much?
Yep. It continues to move.
All right, I'll just put in the graphic. I'll put over 233. Obviously, this line is this total is clearly moving. Yeah, I mean the Hornets defense really falling off a cliff, like Ski said. In the last 5 games, they're 26th in defensive rating. The battle of pace here. In the last 10 games, where the Bulls are 3rd in pace and the Hornets are 30th. I do like how the Hornets actually forcing turnovers a little bit because the Bulls cannot protect. Oh wait, I'm sorry. No, I was reading the Bulls' defensive turnover. So no, I got nothing in this game. I'm not even gonna try to. Chris?
I'm right there. I'm right there with you, Kyle. I think looking at Charlotte, like the one thing that scares me a little bit off of taking the points with Charlotte here is that they did win outright against Indiana in their last game. They were getting 11.5 on the road as a dog in the second leg of a home road back-to-back. But the thing about Chicago is they actually shoot the 3-point ball really well. And that's where Charlotte has really struggled to guard. So to Ski's point, I do think as long as everybody plays on the Chicago side, they are going to try to probably run a little fast. I'm not sure if Charlotte can keep up offensively for the full game, but I'm definitely, like Ski said, I'm not laying points either. Not with the Bulls, not with my money. So yeah, I guess I'd be I don't know if I can get there with the full game over, but I'll say it again.
I kind of like the Hornets. I'm looking at this, and while you're talking, and the Hornets, they've actually got good defensive numbers against the fast break. I'm not going to say their defense is good, but they've actually got solid defensive numbers. They're 3rd in frequency in defensive transition, meaning they're doing a good job limiting their opponents' opportunities in the fast break. All the Bulls do. The Hornets have turnover problems, but the Bulls in the last 10 games are 29th in forced turnover rate. So the Bulls, I don't know. I'm putting the Hornets up. Hold on.
Let's bet it, Kyle. We always do this and lose money. Let's do it.
We always lose. Whenever we think up a bet on the show, it loses. So our poll is 45%, 30% Chicago. I'm not mad at this Hornets look here.
Ski wouldn't lay it either, so you can put Charlotte up for all of us.
I'm just messing with you. There for me.
I'm writing this down. I may invest in some Charlotte. All right, let's move on to the next one. that's going to hit. Man, I like that. I like it. It's disgusting. Brooklyn, Memphis, and I was actually considering laying the big number here last night. This isn't the other bet, though. The next game is my next bet. So we got Nets, Grizzlies in Memphis. I was looking at the Nets numbers. Grizzlies are kind of we were talking about this last week, I think. The Grizzlies are kind of reminding me of OKC last year, just playing some good defense, getting out, running. So let's pull it up. I was looking at Brooklyn's defensive numbers in transition because that's what you got to look at when you're talking about the Nets. Where is it? Transition. Brooklyn defense in transition. Here it is. This is what I saw. So on the season, they're 28th in frequency, 25th in efficiency, 27th in points per game. That's their defensive numbers against the fast break. So this is a bottom 5 defense against the fast break. And the Memphis Grizzlies offense is first in frequency, meaning they run the fast break more than any other team in the NBA, 8th in efficiency, first in points per game. So you got the team that's 28th defensively against the fast break on the road against the Memphis Grizzlies, who might have the best fast break offense in the NBA. So I don't even have to look at anything else. Memphis is going to score points. So why don't we start there? Do we think the Nets can also score some points to either go over here or laying the 10? I'm not opposed to laying the 10 here. What do you guys think?
The only way I'm betting this game is Memphis. You did a lot of good stuff, said a lot of good stuff there about them, but it just boils down to a couple things for me. Number one, there's no way I can look towards the Nets at all. I actually want to look to fade them whenever they do not have Cam Thomas in the lineup. We've seen 5 games of that as long as their opponent has been rested, and they've covered one of them, which is the last game versus the Bucks. I just don't trust this team without his scoring. So combine that with everything that you said as far as matchup-wise for the Grizzlies. This Nets team has already beaten the Grizzlies twice this season. I'm sure that they remember that, and they're not going to, look at no Cam Thomas and come and take it easy on them. They're going to take advantage and run it up. I think that the Grizzlies, either first half or full game, I haven't decided yet, but I do think they're the right side.
Someone said my mic's a little quiet. I just turned it up, so hopefully that makes it better. So Grizzlies are passed for Ski, he said. I see a Grizzlies first half graphic in here. I'm assuming that belongs to Chris.
It does. Yep. I put it on my show earlier. I hadn't played it yet, but I did play it. And I got a better number. It was 6.5. It's actually 6 now. So luckily for me, I waited. And to Ski's point with the double revenge, just a lot of really great trends to kind of back that angle, but it's typically early as well. And then also to Ski's point, when he said that they probably going to take this one a little bit more serious, even though it's a non-conference game, they were laying points in both of those games earlier this season. They lost the first one on October 30th, 119-110 as 11.5-point favorites. And then they lost a few nights after that. I think it was 106-104 as a 4-point home favorite. And I think they were missing some people in that game. But Santi Aldama talked about it. A couple of the other players talked about it after the game. I think they're going to get up for this one as well. I initially thought team total up and over. It was 119.5, but then this got bet up from 227 to whatever it is now. I think it's 230. But yeah, it's to everything that you said, Kyle, about them being able to get out and run. They got a lot of depth. Luke Kennard is actually off the injury report, so I think they got all the troops for tonight. I like the first half a little bit more than anything else, but full game, I think -10 is a good number as well.
All right, so we're all leaning towards Grizzlies there. I kind of like the Hornets bet a little more than that one, just because the Hornets one's disgusting. Now, my second bet.
Do the right thing.
Oh, come on. Lake Show. We're on the Lake Show here. I got it at 9. So if you guys watched the video I uploaded last night, you guys already know I'm on the Lakers here. I did bet this. And I don't want to go as far and say I like it, but I honestly do think I'm on the right side here. Couple of things. First of all, props to Minnesota defensively. Not going to sit here and poke holes in the Timberwolves defense. They're playing great. They might be the best defense in the NBA right now. They're certainly first in defensive rating in the last 10 games, and it's not like they played an easy schedule either. So this Timberwolves team is playing lockdown defense against good teams. They deserve all the credit in the world defensively. But on the other side of the court, am I the only one that thinks Minnesota cannot keep this up being a top 3 3-point shooting team in the NBA? That is not sustainable. Minnesota's offense has been, if you look at their shot zones, all green above the break threes. Minnesota's been lighting it up from outside. And this is not going to be a top 3-point shooting team this year. So I personally don't think that's sustainable. But in reality, I'm looking at the other side at this Lakers team. There's a perception that the Lakers are just ass without LeBron James, and I just don't think that's an accurate depiction. I mean, without LeBron James, since LeBron James joined the Lakers, I believe they're 20-19 without him, 6-5 without him last year. Their first game without him this year, they won in blowout fashion. I know the final score, they only won by 9. They were up 20 points with just a few minutes to go. I know they played Portland. You guys don't even have to say it. I saw Ski's face. He was about to think, hey, that was against Portland. I know. This is on the road in Minnesota. But the idea that the Lakers are a terrible team without LeBron James, I don't think is rooted in any truth. They're above 5. They're an above 500 team without LeBron James. 20-19, 6-5 last year. So losing LeBron James doesn't really move the needle for me much. Not saying he makes the team worse. Not saying any of that. But I'm saying things weren't going well with this Lakers team, and maybe switching the usage up, having someone else holding the ball, change of energy. I think maybe in the short term it could help in terms of other people holding the ball, other people seeing the minutes. And specifically, I said all that to say this. I don't think the Lakers are better without LeBron, but there is one area of the game that I think they will be better in without LeBron James, and that's defense on the perimeter. Let's be honest. LeBron's 40 years old. He's not running out there. He's not the best defensive presence on the interior. So I think guys like Max Christie and Gabe Vincent and Cam Reddish and all those guys who are going to be seeing extra minutes are just going to help defensively on the perimeter. And this Minnesota 3-point shooting can't last forever. I think the Lakers could actually play some defense on the perimeter. I think it's a close game. Lake Show.
Sounds like you like the under. And
I was about to ask that too, Ski. Like, which way is that? Is that Laker team total over, or is that Memphis team total under?
Yes, I agree. I was also looking at an under last night. It was at 214.5. I'm a little worried that I was looking at the game logs without LeBron James, and they score some freaking points. Like, it was like 119 points a game without him. Now, I know this team's different, and it's on the road to Minnesota. I'm not even saying that means much, but that's what kept me off. It's like, this Lakers team scores without LeBron. It was like 118 or 119 points per game or something. So I just took the points. I got a +9. Are you guys with me?
There's a lot to unpack with what you said. And I'm going to start and say, you don't want to say all that. You said a little bit of it, but I'm going to say it. If I was out there on the court, I've been watching all the Laker games. I see the body language. I see the energy. They have not been wanting to play. They have not been playing. They've just been out there going through the motions. I agree. I think that not even just this year because LeBron is 40, but especially this year, it's exaggerated. LeBron plays no defense. It's no secret. And you can't be out there playing 4-on-5. Now when you got 5 people out there actually all playing defense, Lakers will look a lot better in that regard. And everything not going to be blamed on them. Everybody's going to be sharing the ball, feeling good on offense. I think that it's a good spot. As far as what you said about the Lakers without LeBron, I feel like I remember ATS stats that support that too. Can Minnesota 3-point shooting continue? I don't think so. I do think that the defense is legit though, as long as they, are focused, which they should be. So saying all that to say, I do think the Lakers can keep it close. I like them +8.5. And I'm also liking the under. I mean, if we think the Lakers defense will be improved, we think Minnesota's defense will continue. 214 seems like a solid play. I'm
in agreement. I'll put the under up for you too. Chris, are we sweeping Lakers?
Hey, Ski, real quick, y'all. Ski, we got to clip this video of Kyle being so, nice about the Lakers. We'll get it off. We'll get this off. I will be clipping this one. Just kind of putting it in the vault. But I agree with everything you guys said. I talked about it on my show before watching your show. Earlier, Kyle got a chance to watch your show. I watched Ski's show as well. The only thing I'll add is some numbers here. And I didn't bet it yet. But I'll add some numbers to what you guys are saying. With LeBron James on the floor, with LeBron James off the floor, the Lakers defense is allowing 9 fewer points per 100 possessions. They're giving up 110. And with LeBron James on the floor, they're giving up 119.8. So, there's a humongous discrepancy. I talked about this morning. They're actually a plus 11.3 in point differential with LeBron James off the floor and a minus 7.8 with him on the floor. So I'll just add that. thinking that they can keep it close. They did get smoked the last time they went to Memphis, but the last time they went to Minnesota a couple weeks ago. But that was also a 5th game in 7 nights for the Lakers. So I do think they can keep it within the number, even though the Timberwolves defense has been really, really solid.
Wow. All 3 of us on the Lakers. And the poll,
what could go wrong?
The poll's about split. It's 47%, 42%. So the Lakers are definitely a popular bet tonight. Not saying like public dog or anything like that. I'm just saying more people betting the Lakers than I originally anticipated. I'll say that. All right.
Everybody on the Lakers, huh? That's
what could possibly go wrong? We're going to get some really if the Lakers get blown out, there's going to be some really angry comments. Nothing triggers the people more than when everyone on the show picks the same thing and it loses. Like that, you'll get the morons going crazy about that. All right, Clips on the road in Denver. All right. I looked at this one, and I still think it was 6.5 last night when I was looking at it, and I still think that 6 is too many. I think this is going to be a 1-possession game. The Nuggets haven't played that tough at home. I couldn't get myself to bet it because I don't really know how much I really like this Clippers team. They definitely play some defense, and we are talking about the Nuggets at home, and the Nuggets really running a fast pace this year, but I still don't really get that. Not what I was expecting. So I couldn't actually pull the trigger on it. I still don't know how I feel. I'm open to suggestions, but last night I was close to taking the Clippers at 6.5. I think the Nuggets are like what 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 at home. Just not playing. I actually have it right here instead of asking. So the Nuggets are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 overall. At home, 0-1, 0-2, 0-3.
2-7 overall, Kyle. You don't got to keep counting. 2-7 against the number at home.
Yeah, so the Nuggets at home, it's like, can you even bet this team right now? I don't know. Not to mention, just straight up, they've been losing games. What are they, 5-7 in their last 12? The Nuggets just aren't a very great basketball team. They're not a terrible basketball team, but I think 6 is too many. I think this is a 1-possession game. I wouldn't lay anything more than 3 with the Nuggets. So at 6, it would only be Clippers for me. But like I said, I didn't actually bet this one.
Man, I didn't really like this game at all today. But the more I think about it, I don't know. Maybe, the Clippers are the better defensive team. But their last couple games, it didn't look too good. I'll just say that. Probably more so on the offensive end. They didn't look so good. Denver, yes, you can read those recent game stats, but that last game was a big get-right game for them, beating Atlanta by 30. Maybe they can continue that momentum. I'm too conflicted to actually place a bet, but I'll say I'll lean Denver for right now.
Chris, break the tie.
I'm with you, Kyle. The thing about, if you go back and look at it though, Ski, like the one thing about the Nuggets that's been consistent is they've been inconsistent. Before they won and beat the Nuggets and beat the Atlanta Hawks by 30, they lost to the Wizards the night before. So that's what they've been doing, right? We've hopped on them in a couple spots. The Utah Jazz game was a prime example where like Mike Malone just kind of lit into them. Now you got the injuries, like Jamal Murray potentially listed as questionable. The Clippers are a really good matchup for them. They've beaten them outright twice already. Went into Denver earlier this season, beat them outright. The last few games for the Clippers, like you was mentioning, Ski, they also, I don't know how many Harden missed, but I know he didn't play in the last one with the hamstring injury, but he's been going through practice, coming back. I'm with you, Kyle. I just think it's too many points that outside of the Denver Nuggets being 2-7 against the number as a home favorite and 5-4 straight up, which is terrible. They're actually like not even winning the game by a full point. They're actually getting outscored by 0.3 of a point. And the Clippers as a road dog, I feel like I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I'll pull it up. I know that they've been not super profitable, 4-3-1 against the number, losing by about 5 points per 100 possessions. So I know it's a double revenge spot for him here. It's not enough to say I'm going to lay this many points with the Nuggets. The last time we saw the Nuggets as a home favorite, they were laying 5 to Golden State without Draymond, and they won that game by 4. So yeah, I'm not betting them to win by margin at all here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took Denver in that game. UCappers in the chat.
What kept you off, Kyle? What kept you off from like making this an official play?
Because
why do you like Denver now?
There's a couple things. Number one, I don't like how the Nuggets are playing such a fast pace. I feel like that. If this was last year's Nuggets that played the slow half court, I'd be like, oh, this is a 1-possession game. But you speed up the pace like that, and I feel like it's a lot easier to win by 5 or 6. And the Clippers' offense is not something I particularly trust. So I don't know. I didn't like it enough. UCapper said, by the way, Nuggets are 3-12 against the spread as favorites this year. Holy crap. I feel like I haven't talked to UCapper in forever. What's up, man? Good to see you. Phoenix on the road in Utah. The reason I didn't place a bet or really take a strong look at this one, I feel Markkanen being questionable is such a huge if. Lingering over this game. Pretty sure the Suns are fully healthy, though. I'll pull it up 1 second.
He's in now, though, Kyle. He got ruled
He's confirmed in? Okay, hold on.
Markkanen is in, Clarkson is in, and Flipikowski is all in. I think all of those guys are in.
All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And you could still get a
They're
7.5?
I think.
Wait. So hold
They're
on.
probable. Last I saw.
Markkanen and Clarkson are probable. Still no Hendricks. So don't you think 7.5's a bit too much if we're getting both those guys? Don't you guys think 7.5's a little bit overkill? I mean, Suns have been playing well. Actually, no, the Suns haven't been playing well. What do you guys think? I think we got to go plus 7. Damn, I just looked at the recent Jazz game logs. And the wind was taken for my sails. It would only be plus 7.5 for me here. Do you guys have any strong leans in this one?
Markkanen and Clarkson and KD back. It makes me think I agree with the market putting it up towards the over. But I'll say this. I think it was the Jazz. The Jazz are 0-5 to the, or however you want to say, 5-0 to the first half under, but they were like 3-2 to the full game over the last 5 games. So the second half, for whatever reason, they light it up. Maybe those guys come into this one a little bit rusty, and second half they get right. I'll be keeping an eye on it. And if it's low scoring first half, I'll probably go bet the second half over.
Ooh, okay, I see what you're saying. Possibly a live over. Chris, what do you think?
I think some pushback on Ski with the total. I think this game goes under. I know like getting KD back helps. We would think that helps the offense a little bit more. But I wrote it in my notes earlier. KD being back, especially first game being at altitude, I don't think that is a significant spot. I know his points prop only at like 22.5, but Phoenix defensively give up about 9 more points without KD on the floor. So I think him being back is going to help out the defense. When I look at the Jazz, even with all those guys, they still haven't been great offensively. As a home dog this season, they're only 3-8 against the number. Games are staying under by about 8 points per 100 possessions and averaging about 220 points. If the total is higher than 230, or let's just say 228, they're actually 6-0 to the under are the Jazz. So I know that Phoenix can win the game with defense. That's how they typically, like, their games were a little bit more defensive. I feel like you always get an inflated total a little bit more when Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal are also playing. And for some reason, we see Jazz games where the opponent comes in and all of a sudden they can't make a shot for about 3 or 4 minutes, and the Jazz are slowly going on a run and the game just kind of mellows out. So even if it is high scoring, it kind of slows down. So I like the under a little bit more than anything else. Under, what is the best number? 233, I think.
That's what my graphic says. I didn't look.
233.5.
So in a perfect world, this game is 41-40 at half. Ski gets a live over at like 216, and you both hit. That's in a perfect world. So all right, Chris likes the under. It was Wags, by the way. Wags was the one that was on the Jazz. He said in the chat that he took a +8 last night. Yeah, now that those guys are playing, I might be down to play the Jazz later.
Suns are 2-5 against the spread as a road favorite so far, Cal. And it's KD's first game back after like 2.5 weeks. So I think all of that sets up for potential Jazz spot here. So
basically, you're saying Jazz money line is free as air.
Absolutely not. No, you mentioned it. You said the Suns haven't been winning. What are the Suns like? 3-7 in their last 10 games?
Yeah.
No way I'm
like
betting them to lose the game.
Because they don't have KD. It's simple.
Exactly. Yeah. So they need to win. Yeah, I'm not money line.
Some people in the Discord have started using oxygen. They're like, the Jets are oxygen this week, meaning like they're free. Yeah, I can't keep up with the lingo, man. Like, this team's oxygen tonight. Anyway, Spurs Blazers. 3.5. Someone really, I forget who it is. I was talking to somebody that really likes Portland tonight outright, and now
probably me. We didn't talk about it, but I like Portland.
Yeah, I haven't talked to you today, so it was you, but someone else really likes Portland today, and I can't think of who it is. All right, but anyway, you're on Portland, Chris?
Yeah, it's great. Well, I didn't bet it. I want Klingin in for sure, but I was going through and looking at it after I saw that he was listed as questionable to see if he was going to play, and he is expected to play. That's what Chauncey Billups said yesterday. This is probably the grossest play on the game. This is grosser than the Lakers to cover, in my opinion, because Portland lost by like 100 points to Utah like a couple of days ago. So it's not the greatest spot. Like when you I looked at the numbers, there's nothing to like about Portland. They don't do a great job of pretty much anything. But I do think like them getting Robert Williams back, getting Klingin back, the defense is going to be a lot better, in my opinion, being able to protect the rim. And then the other thing is like, I just think it's too much depth lost for San Antonio. San Antonio has won 2 road games as a favorite this season, I think. Both of them came against the Utah Jazz. I would venture out and say Portland is a little bit better defensively than the Utah Jazz. I don't know about offensively, but I think that they are better defensively. And with Zach Collins out, no Castle, Keldon Johnson is out, no Trey Jones. Like, I don't know if they have enough depth with Portland getting all their guys back. So San Antonio has also struggled to knock down outside shots recently, which has been one of the barriers for the Portland Trailblazers. They can't protect the rim, which should get better tonight, but they also doing a pretty good job, I guess, is protecting the 3-point line. So I just feel like it's too many points. This is also a revenge spot. Like, they lost the last time that they played. Sharp Money pushed this from 3.5 down to 3. Who's out there really betting Portland, like recreation?
I'm about to. You, in addition to what you just said, in the last 10 games, Portland's 4th in strength of schedule. The Spurs are 26th, so maybe a little bit of a buy low, sell high. Spurs have been playing an easy schedule. Portland on the last 10 hasn't. Those injuries to the Spurs are serious. I mean, there's some key pieces out. Castle, Trey Jones, Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, all not playing. There's some question marks on the Portland side, though. Ski, you have anything for this one? You're muted.
My bad. But this might be the dirtiest game on the other day. So I feel like the other guys already gave you way more than you need on this game. I have 0.
I like to get dirty.
This is equivalent to you playing Wizards plus 15 like a couple weeks ago.
Hey, that shit hit. Oh no, he did it again though. He did it again after that.
He hit one of them though. That's my point. You gonna hit one every now and then. I like it.
Ski isn't gonna come out and say it, but I think he low key likes this Wizards team. He likes the way they're built.
He's a Jordan Poole fan.
Right.
When Kuzma's in, I like him. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
yeah, we can tell.
I was gonna say Kuzma played like 3 games this year, so you don't like him often.
All right, let's talk about college basketball, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'm sure I'll talk to you. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you give these guys a follow on Twitter, and they both have their own YouTube channels. They do their own shows. Ski's in the afternoon, Chris is in the morning. So make sure you show these guys some support.
Appreciate you, Kyle.
Good luck,
best of luck tonight, Ski.
You too, bro.
Later, guys. All right. Let's see. Andy, why are you dressed like you're about to go play 18 holes, dude? What are you doing? Oh, now he switched his hat. He turned his hat.
I knew it was gonna happen. That hat looked better that way. That's why.
He had his hat turned around like he was about to go tee off. All right.
All right, whatever. I'll just look like this. It's fine.
All right, so we got Indiana at Nebraska. Toast, I noticed your line is long gone. Because I posted, I typed up the favorite bets this morning, and I said Toast favorite bet Nebraska minus 2.5, and that's no longer in play.
Yeah, she's gone. Still would find. I would still wouldn't mind Nebraska maybe in the first half. I just think this is a really good spot, and it's really not even like overly complicated for me. This is, I mean, first of all, we get an Indiana team that shoots a whole bunch of mid-range jumpers. They really don't shoot three-pointers at all. They're 350th in the country in three-point frequency, and that's like the only thing that Nebraska struggles with is letting other teams shoot the three ball. So that's not something that you're going to have to worry about with Indiana. Not to mention the fact that Indiana, this is going to be their first true road game of the season. So I think that all of their numbers, especially when you look at places like KenPom and Bartovic or whatever, they're just going to be a little bit more inflated than they really should be. yeah, I just think this is a really good spot for Nebraska at home to get a win here. So obviously 4.5 is a little bit different than 2.5, but I honestly think that Nebraska has the advantage here in pretty much every situation. Not to mention the fact that with 4 days plus rest, I found this thing on searching around on Twitter. Fred Hoiberg has a really good record with multiple days rest or 4+ days rest to prepare, while what's his face Woody is like 11-20 in true road games with 4+ days off. So usually when teams have time to prepare for Indiana, they usually have success against them. Not to mention the fact the last 3 times that Nebraska has played Indiana, they've absolutely slaughtered them. I don't think that really changes much here today. I don't think it's going to be a slaughtering, but I think that Nebraska should win by 6 or more.
Have you talked to Tinker yet today?
I told him I sent my bet last night to him, so he's well aware. So I think that he was smart, though. I think that he was going to wait until he could get a better number with Indiana, because he's a homer. He has no choice.
He's such a homer. Usually, when Indiana plays, he types his bet in all capital letters.
Respect. Only can respect that.
There he is, all capital letters. Yo, I said that before too. That just popped up after, so you guys might be seeing it like later. But I said that before. I called that. Andy, are you on the Huskers?
So if I were picking a side, I'd probably be on Indiana, to be honest. I think the number's a little bit higher. I think this is gonna be a 1-possession game. I don't necessarily think that it's a shoo-in that Nebraska is winning this game. There are some people that are kind of making it that way. I'm not saying Indiana's good. Indiana's not a good basketball team, but there's holes in what Nebraska's done as well. Their best win is Creighton. Creighton's a decent team, but that was when Creighton was getting ready for that tournament that they played in, and they were just not playing well. Besides that, I mean, the 2 really good teams that Nebraska's played, one was St. Mary's, they played a close game with them, but they got shellacked by Michigan State. I mean, it was like a 30, that's 23, that's 27 points. 37 points. Sorry, they lost by 37 points to them. So, again, I'm not saying Indiana's a good team, but I think just the fact that these teams are so similar, I feel like the fact that Indiana on paper has more talent should help them. That talent does have to translate on the court. But for me, I haven't placed this yet, but if you want to type in the total, I have the under. This total, I'm an under. I bet a lot of unders, and overtime has screwed me a few times. Fouls have screwed me a few times.
What is this, like swamp rims or like island rim? Or
no,
like
this is just
rims?
Andy's an under lover. There's just no
I love
question
unders.
about it.
I love unders. The main reason for this is both teams do run a fast pace. Both teams are very tall. I think there will be an even amount of possessions in this game. So that's not the difference. The fact that nobody's shooting threes in this game and nobody can make threes in this game tells me if we're just going to go 2-pointer for 2-pointer, I don't care how fast paced you are, it's going to be very hard to get to this number. You had Iowa and Iowa State running fast paces yesterday. They got to 165, and a lot of that was needed by fouls. That's very similar to this one, but those teams were shooting threes. Indiana and Nebraska. Indiana is, from point distribution perspective, they're 348th in 3-point percentage. Nebraska's 311, so neither one of these teams is shooting 3-pointers. So I think it's a really good spot for an under here. So the total also this morning when I first looked at it, it was 151. I was like, all right, I'll see where it gets to. It's up to 155.5 now. It's moved up 4 points today. I'm fading that completely because I don't know how it's gone up to that point. So yeah, I'm on the under. That would be my play.
Wags likes the under too. He said under 155.5. So Wags is on the under with you.
I can't believe that it's 155. That is
I couldn't believe how fast paced it's going up right now. Like,
well, maybe it's like desert rims or something.
No, I honestly played an under today too that went up at least a point that I was just surprised too. So maybe everybody's just in here betting overs. I don't know. But 155.5 is
those
a lot.
rims, right?
Yeah, the Midwest rims.
Yeah.
Some other made up shit. All right, let's do a community parlay. You know what? Let's hit the song.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay, yeah.
All right, so let's do the community parlay. Prop Beaver needs to make the kicker song for you.
I know. Also, maybe people are just seeing. I'm only going back 5 years, but the last 5 years have all gone over when these two teams have played. So maybe it's just something that. Again, I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oh, I get it. Different ball clubs, but yeah, I get it. That's part of it.
Of course, yeah.
Tomorrow's the Army-Navy game. Their game had gone under.
Speaking of which, Andy, you said you're not available tomorrow. Are you available to edit tonight?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Because I need to do that. We have a bowl game, and
Oh, I didn't know we were writing bowl games. I have no idea who's playing.
Oh, I'll
Friday.
do it. I just need you to edit it. I'll do the whole video. I'm just gonna send it to you, record it, and send it to you.
Yeah, it'd be tough because the bowl games. I didn't realize SMU, they're playing in the college football playoff. They don't have a backup quarterback. Like, some of these teams are getting completely screwed out of this. Like, if Kevin Jennings goes down, they're going on to a walk-on because of the portal. It's ridiculous how this is working.
You need to get yourself a portaling T-shirt, by the way.
I know. A lot of guys are going portaling.
I know.
Portal shirt. Wow, the formatting of the text disappeared. This is going to be the ugliest looking community parlay ever. Sixers money line.
I'll type this. Get this going. Also, I already bet Purdue tomorrow. If anybody wants to tail or to fade, I play Purdue on the money line at home in Mackey. Early start. I'll take my chances.
They hated when you guys lost to Purdue against Penn State. They hated that.
Oh, I know.
You got a lot of hate for that.
I haven't heard much the last week. I wonder why.
Oh, no, it'll come back. It only takes one losing day.
Because I'm winning. That's why. Because I'm winning.
Yeah.
I keep on putting together winning days.
Yeah, that'll disappear. As soon
Oh,
as
yeah,
the
for
first
sure.
time you have a losing day, it'll be like, I'm up so much fading this guy. It doesn't even matter it doesn't matter if you went 9-1 yesterday.
Those big Saturday slates have been the death of me sometimes. You get so excited just to get throttled. It's never fun. But I'm sure that's like that on college football sometimes too. So.
Yeah, it's always like that. But then the primetime games are tough because everyone goes all in. Like last night's game, like I was like, yeah, I probably would pass on this game if it wasn't primetime. And lost. And people are like, oh! All right, so we got...
I'm just mad. I'm mad because I didn't see that you did both of the team total bets. And if I would have seen that, I would have played both kickers just because I assumed that points were coming. You know what I mean? So
yeah. All right, first and second place of this poll will finish out the poll. First and second place. So far, we have Sixers money line, Suns money line. You guys have any other bets? It's like a light college basketball night, right?
yeah, I played Omaha and Northern Illinois Northern Iowa under 142, and it continues to go up. So that was the one I was talking about. And then Wags from our Discord, he played Weber State, Nebraska money line parlay, but I just added Colorado and St. Thomas to it. So it's like plus 240. I threw like $60 on it, but just for fun, it was like plus 245. But besides that, yeah, I mean, I don't mind Colorado tonight, but I don't know. It's usually the spot to bet Colorado is at home against an inferior team, but South Dakota State's not super terrible.
Grizzlies and Cavs finish out the community parlay. So Suns, Sixers, Grizzlies, Cavs. Wow, that's not going to pay much. That's going to be like minus 110, dude. Someone want to shout the odds out?
I'm trying. Not loading. Mm-hmm. It's still going too.
Daddy.
Yes.
Hey,
That is a sweet hockey poster. That's awesome.
Get some plus 234 from Get That Parlay. Thank you, sir.
Sorry.
Wait, Tinker says plus 136, but Tinker's also a little unreliable. Now let's wait for a third source. Tinker says 136. Get That Parlay says plus 234. Who's right? They might both be right on different sportsbooks.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All right, so the community parlay is Sixers money line, Suns money line, Grizzlies money line, Cavs money line plus 230. Oh my God, he made it up. Tinker's right, and I'm sitting here saying he's unreliable. Tinker was right. Plus 136 is the community parlay. 4 legs plus 136. Wow, guys. Bunch of risk takers watching this show. Now, thanks as always for watching. We're doing midnight show at 11 p.m., right?
Yep.
Midnight show, 11 p.m. Eastern time. So it's actually 11 p.m. show. Beyond tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time. All that. Everyone, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Hit me up the Discord if you need me. My favorite bet of the day and all that's posted on the website. You guys already know what it is if you watch the show.